Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Having kids is a big deal in a lot of people's lives, and baseball meant a lot to myself and a lot of people in this community. And so Mike Minton and I actually got together and started the organization back in the day with an 8 and under group. Had about 30 kids that were 7s and 8s. We made 3 teams out of that.
Disappointed for the kids. They didn't get an opportunity to get to the line there late. I just thought there were lots of situations that could have went in our favor that worked against us.
We started off intense. We led most of the first quarter. We were very focused and mindful on that. Come into the second half with that 30-10 run. Once a shooter sees the ball go in, it's kind of hard to get them shut down.
To shoot the ball as bad as we did in the first half in particular and only be down by 10, holding them to 19 in the first half, I felt like if we come out and we make the first run in the third quarter, we've got an opportunity to play with them, and we just never could push it to close enough to where we got rolling.
They do it at all levels, so at this point, they don't think when they play. The ball moves and everybody just reacts, and it's impressive to watch it.
We're going to take a day off, 2 days off maybe, and then get in and get a bunch of shots up. We've got to keep our edge, and there's some things that I want to do. There's some things I want to fix and things that I want to add. Worried about resting guys and things like that. We haven't had issues with that just because we are deep enough.
Really just simplify things as much as possible. We had a great coaching staff, Jose Aguasil and Vance Wilson kind of helping out with things and just really get into a good routine before the game, just trying to make sure everything I do off the field helps my game on the field.
12 on the shot clock. Shireman to his left hand. Shireman looks to drive, goes under the basket, comes out the other side with 5. Now comes all the way around. Step back 2. Yes! Oh, Baylor Shireman with 2 huge buckets. 5:35 to go. Jays up by 14.
And welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in the Hump Day Sports Day show. Steve Webster with you. Come on, smile, Corson. It's a great day to be alive, man. Aaron Clark in, and on the other side of the paper there is Mr. Mike Hesher. Hey, we've got a lot of things going on the show today. Great Bend Lady Panther basketball coach Cindy Beck will not be in studio today. She'll be joining Aaron via the telephone line here in just a moment to talk about their game with, they play Hayes High tomorrow night, don't they? Okay, that might be a large game.
Friday. 2 nights.
Still off a day. Me too. When you said that, I was like, is it tomorrow?
President's Day. It's that stinking President's Day deal. Okay, yes. And I just said it's Hump Day Wednesday, right?
You did. You were a little back and forth there. It is.
That's why I don't do the show solo anymore. I need other guys. It's like a built-in correction for them. Okay, Friday. So Cindy Beck will be talking about that game. Larned basketball coach Jared Smith will come into today's show. And he'll be. Are they bringing a bus or a Suburban, you think, today?
Little bus.
You can fit them into the Suburban. They're at this point. They're at the end of the season. They're a tight-knit group of girls.
Okay, we're gonna bring Larned girls basketball today. He's gonna be joined by his 5 senior: Keela Collins, Jaden Pinkston, Ariana Hempkin, Kenzie Reinert, and I made a request before my phone went dead. I hope the message got out. I asked him to go ahead and bring a tennis ball and see, I've got these special pins. Find out the right one so we can get an autographed tennis ball from Abby Holt. We'll just add it to our state champions collection. Now, we're missing a few back over the years, but, I don't have all this support I have now. So hopefully he got that, and hopefully he got a tennis ball. If not, is there one that dog plays with?
I was going to say, I'll run down to the pet shop.
You just let us know, and me and Corson will be on the scene scooping up a tennis ball.
Okay, so that's going to be cool. We're going to talk about Larned girls basketball. They play in the 3A sub-state next week, and Mike Corson going on the today. He'll be talking with Panther swimmer Casey Kennedy, who's got a pretty good story. So a lot of things going. Let's get started here today on the program. Nice little story. Didn't tell me about it.
No, you're a reader of the Post. You would.
Well, I saw it today, yeah. Top of the page, Chris Humphreys, heading into the Central Missouri Mules Baseball Diamond Club. Its version of the Hall of Fame coming up in March. The guys are around, and I did the interview earlier this year with Tim Freese, and a lot of people came and said, I didn't know that. I didn't know that he played at KU. I didn't, yeah. Well, I didn't know that about Chris Humphreys. I probably should have known that, he broke Roger Ward's batting records
And I
at
didn't
Barton
know
Community College.
Roger Ward had the record either.
And he went to Central Missouri State, which he played for Bob Fernelli. No, he didn't play for Bob Fernelli, did he? No, he didn't. He didn't, because Bob Fernelli was at Fort Hays State then. Central Missouri was good. They were also at the 2000 World Series in Montgomery, Alabama, that I was there at because Fort Hays State made it, but Chris wasn't on that. That came a year later. Yeah, big boy stuff. Chris Humphreys.
And Clark was telling me
Some
this
good
morning.
pictures on there, too. He
I was
looks like
telling-
Justin Morneau.
Oh,
He's
yeah. It looks like the Minnesota Twins. Exactly what I thought. I had no idea about the history, but talking to Aaron this morning, what is Central Missouri is one of the larger Division II schools, evidently, because he actually knew they were mules, and I said, why would you know that?
What's the girls' team's name?
Mulettes.
The Jennies.
The Jennies. But Gerard Welbrock told me that the mascot is the same. The big buck teeth are on the same on the Jennies as it is the mules. But anyway, that.
Okay, I haven't read the story. Wasn't Chris like the Division II Player of the Year?
was.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah,
see.
there's all
Okay.
kinds of stats. Yeah. So anyway, congratulations. So we have to get him on Sports Day next week. Okay, let's get to our other sounds the past 24 hours or so. Kyle Haxton's squad comes up just short. 35-34, they lose to Hillsboro last night. That was a big story because the Cardinals fall to 11-9 on the season. So still a good year. That could have been, 11-9, it could have been 12-8. So that was a close loss. The Hoisington girls taking on Hillsboro is really, really, really good. 57-34. And it was a 30-2 run that blew that game open, Hesh. Lady Cardinals dropped to 13-7. Trina Luter's talking about, that big run that happened. So comments on last night's action, besides the fact you and Manweiler got lost.
We had trouble
leaving Hillsboro High School.
This may rival the
Did
story.
you get to Emporium before you got you started back the wrong way?
No, we had that part figured out. We just walked around the building about 3.5 times before we found the vehicle. That's it. It wasn't too bad. But it was actually a 30-10 run. It wasn't quite 30-2, but it was 30-10.
30-10. Okay, 30-10.
It was,
thank you.
And the Hoisington boys had a 12-point lead early stages of the fourth quarter and let it slip away.
So some contact on some late plays.
I don't blame officials, but yes, it was rough there toward the end.
35-34.
I mean, there was a couple of kids landed on Caden Hoffman, and of course they bounce off Caden, and they call a foul on Caden.
That's the story of an offensive lineman playing basketball.
It is. I mean, you just have a sign that's printed on your back that says, call a foul on me. Okay, they'll open sub-state play. We'll tell you about those matchups here in just a moment. Larned girls basketball, they were at Haven last night. This is a team that they'll probably end up seeing. That seems like on Tuesday, probably next Friday.
Girls play on Tuesday and Friday, boys Monday and Thursday.
Right, so they end up dropping 40-28. They did a good job. They just couldn't hit anything in the first half. So Jared Smith, he'll be in to talk about that. Larned boys taking on a Haven team that if you watch Haven year after year, they're just the same thing Lonnie Paramore plays the 1-3-1, and they can do it full court. They can do it mid-court. They can back it off. They can trap out of it. And I think if you're going to play a 1-3-1 defense, it's one of those defenses that you're committed to because you just do it all the time. If you try to do it part-time, I think it's got some vulnerabilities to it, but they've done it a long time. They do it really well. And Luke Steinlaw, he says, yeah, they watching them do it. They're pretty good. 68-27 the score last night. Okay, some sub-states came out today, and this will be the Hoisington sub-state, and this will be, let's see, the boys bracket. And Ellsworth is the number 1 seed. They're going to play at home Monday. They will take on Larned. Lions and Kingman on the other side, or on the same side of the bracket. Haven will host Nickerson on Monday, and Hoisington, 11-9, home to take on 7-14 Russell. So on the girls' side, Lady Cardinals, they play Tuesday at the Activity Center in Hoiston, 7 o'clock. They will take on Kingman, who's 4-16. On the same side of the bracket is Ellsworth, the 3rd seed. They are 9-11. Nickerson, the number 6 seed. And then on the top of the bracket, the Larned girls will host Russell on Tuesday night in Larned. Larned 8-12, Russell 7-13. Then it'll be the number 1 seed Haven, who's 13-7, Lions 1-19. So that is the Hoisington sub-state. Also released today, the Meade sub-state. That includes Ellenwood, and the Lady Eagles will play on Monday at 6 o'clock. And, golly, they have to go to Meade on Monday to start. Hopefully they pull an upset and go back down there on the semifinals on Thursday. Okay, and then on the boys' side, Ellen, what are you laughing about?
Making a wonderful trip to Meade all the time, right?
You ever gone there?
I've been to Meade, yes.
You didn't go to the Dalton Gang hideout?
We did not go to the Dalton Gang hideout, no. It was kind of passing through Meade.
Yeah, and you've probably been rotting in the car, and your dad said, I'm not stopping this car here. We were going to take you to the Dalton Gang hideout, but Mike, you're just a rotten child. You stay in the back. We're not going to let you go to the Buc-ee's down in Liberal.
He was calling him Dr. Doom back then. Doomful little.
Well, he didn't have his doctorate then yet.
Yeah, I was still an intern back then.
Ellenwood boys, they will play at Medicine Lodge on Tuesday. Ellenwood 12-8, Medicine Lodge 16-4. You know where Medicine Lodge is? Aaron?
Phone a friend, Mike Heshy.
You have no idea where Medicine Lodge is at?
Okay. Not off the top of the dome.
Okay.
I can't tell you what county it's at. South Central-ish.
It's south of Pratt.
Martina McBride country.
Just to the west of Sharon. The home of Martina McBride. Yeah, it's the Gyp Hills, man. I mean, come on. You never went to the Peace Treaty pageant down there? I'm going to talk to your mom. She never took you anywhere, did she?
We went to Fort Larned.
Well, too bad you didn't go on to Kinsley that day. And
No,
you could have made the whole round trip. Okay, big high school news last night. The scores are all there on GreatBendPost.com. In overtime last night, the Derby boys beat Hutchinson 65-60. Panthers beat Hayes Friday night. They get a host of Sub-State. Pretty cool.
The Panthers helped out the other Panthers. Awesome. But, yeah, everybody wanted some extra meaning going into this game just to pump it up even more. Now, home court on the line.
Jeremy Combs, Cougars stayed number 2 in the country yesterday, which wasn't too hard to. Did I miss the joke? Okay.
I thought I cut him off.
No, you're fine. Okay, Jeremy Combs, number 2 ranked Barton Cougars. South Plains stayed unbeaten. They host Garden City. Wanting to keep that edge. We're going to talk about the edge with Coach on Friday. Rawls baseball. Bobby Witt, the Ellenwood Slammers, Monty Dole, welcoming back Bobby Witt Jr. to the Ellenwood franchise, which, God help it, they need him to be really, really good this year because the Ellenwood Slammers have just struggled year after year after year. But he's up to number 20 in the preseason MLB rankings. And UConn, they're going to quit coming to the Midwest.
It's just not nice.
They came to Lawrence. They got beat by KU. They went to Omaha, got beat by Creighton last night. 85-66, a thumping taking place.
Got an excellent score from last night. Maxville boys, Diego Esparza, 53 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists.
Owen Reese in that same game for Kiowa County, 39 points. So some high scoring there.
You didn't bring that one to the table, did you?
I didn't see the headlines on that.
53 for Diego?
53 for Diego. It was apparently just two guys kind of duking it out there. Maxville able to come out on top, but goodness gracious, a game where you get to see one guy score 53 and another score 39. It was probably a lot of fun moments for both sides.
Yeah, 40-point game is rare, so to have one go 50 and one miss it by probably missed a free throw in there,
maybe
nuts.
Maybe we can get the Maxville head coach in charge of the next Iowa basketball game where Caitlin Clark has 49.
Let her get. She could have had 53.
Well, what was the final score? Well, I guess I had it here. It was
84 Maxville, 70 Kiowa County.
Well, the game was still close.
Yeah,
Mike Corson won and put, Caitlin Clark back in there in a blowout. What if she would have hurt her knee?
What if a fan
in a meaningless run up?
As was proven when the fan hit her on the court, she's indestructible.
Well, yeah, if you know the thing's coming and you bail on it and enhance it with a double spinorama.
In the NFL, they call that a football move.
How many sports girlfriends do you have that we cover on the show? Okay, we got Taylor Swift.
Oh, there's at least a dozen.
I like that counts as the sports girlfriend.
How many track ones? I don't even know.
We don't cover the.
Well, you went up there all the way to Washington.
Yeah, we'll
okay, you
get
got
the show
Caitlin
back
Clark.
up in the
okay,
Olympics.
okay. Emily Ryan. I just didn't get Carrie Jones up here, and then that would be number 4 for sure. Have her
Do
just
it. I'm curious to talk
bench
to her.
press you. Time after. Okay, we need to get going here. You're going to connect with Cindy Beck. Hopefully she answers the phone, or you've got about 12 minutes to fill. And then we're going to talk Larned Indian girls basketball. Full studio. Also, Casey Kennedy on the show today. Anything else?
Eric Hosmer retired.
Oh, God.
That hurt.
Yeah. Okay.
Hurt who?
Me.
Okay. More importantly, now the Royals now have the Quick Trip logo on their uniforms.
Yeah, then there's that. Okay, anything else? Anything else?
It's
Happy birthday,
special.
Thank you very much.
All right, boys, keep it snappy now.
They're waiting in the green
Happy
room.
birthday
Number
to
6'5",
you.
boys.
Happy birthday
All
to
right.
you. Happy birthday,
Of course they
dear
were all
Rebby.
signed.
Happy birthday to you.
Of course I didn't sing. I'll remember that next year. Okay, more Sports Day coming up.
Venture Corporation is a homegrown company with almost 50 years of experience in asphalt, paving, and construction, and they need equipment operators, mechanics, and CDL drivers. Venture offers many benefits, including 401k and Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Call Leslie for all the details. Work for a family-owned and family-oriented company that is here today and will be here in the future. Venture Corporation, South Highway 281, Great Bend, is an equal opportunity employer.
Get the power you need for your farm equipment. The power of peace of mind that dependable Cenex lubricants deliver. With decades of proven off-road performance backed by the industry-leading Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty, Cenex heavy-duty diesel engine oils, hydraulic fluids, gear lubricants, and greases are formulated to provide superior protection for load-bearing equipment. The power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor today.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Wright, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back into Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. I'm Aaron Clark, now joined by head coach of the Great Bend Lady Panthers, Cindy Beck. Coach, thanks for joining me this afternoon.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So coming off of a week where you didn't have a Tuesday game, how are the Lady Panthers feeling after going to have a bit of a long rest this week?
Yeah, it is. It's good. I feel like we'd kind of gone through a little bit of a stretch in our season that it was a lot of games, quick turnarounds type deals. So kind of nice to have a day off, for the girls. Obviously, coaches-wise, we've had conferences all week, so it's still been kind of a long feeling of a week. But good to get a little break on the legs and regroup and ready to go for Friday.
Those conferences add kind of a unique challenge for you and your coaches. When you do have a big, about week-long break like this, when you're on a roll, winners of your last 4 games, how do you try to keep that momentum and kind of keep that edge rolling forward into this long week break?
I think it's kind of a game that kind of does that itself. Kind of coming down to the end of the regular season. Last home game for the regular season, big night for senior recognition against our rival in a game that was a close battle the first time around and something we're, looking to come out and compete in again tonight. So it makes it kind of easy to keep the girls focused and locked in, understanding, we got a good team coming to town on Friday, and we're going to have to be ready to play.
Talking about some of those seniors, turning the clock back a little bit, looking at the matchup with Dodge City last Friday, that game, a 50-32 win for your Panther squad. Couple of big nights from a couple of different seniors. Emily Hall, though, a stat-stuffing performance, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals to go along with 3 deflections. She was all over the court on Friday night against Dodge.
She was. She had a really good night overall and just played very solid. She's a kid who who really just always focuses on the team and what we have to do through it. You know, I was giving her kind of a hard time, and her and I even had some conversations since then about watching film, just because, like, I think I talked to you that night and said I feel like she could have had about 5 or 6 more buckets, but she did give up that assist or things like that, and just have those at the basket. She goes, "Oh, Coach, now I see what you were saying," you know, just different things. She was feeling something different from the defense than what I was seeing or what she went back and watched. So she's a kid that's just always looking to learn and always wanting to be better. And just she's come on big this season for us and had some huge nights, whether that's on the scoreboard or defensively, just a huge part of our team's success.
And when you talk about being able to go back and talk to her about the film, how nice is it to have a strong group of seniors who you know you can count on to watch that film and learn from their experiences on the court?
They do. You know, we even had an opportunity as a team to sit down and watch them as well. You know, sometimes that happens pretty quickly. Other times we get a chance to kind of sit down and go through a little bit more deeper. And then you also do. You have a lot of them that will turn on outside of team film time, and they want to, whether that means watching the team we're getting ready to play or going back and watching their own performance. And they're just a group of kids that they're probably their toughest critics. But also are doing it in a sense of how do I get better, which is a huge thing and something that I think will take them a long ways in life too. You know, just someone who's always wanting to make those adjustments to better the team overall.
Another couple gals I wanted to talk about from that Dodge City game. Kenzie Premer coming off of 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Her scoring has really been coming together lately. She's showing a lot of touch in that mid-range and also attacking the bucket.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think she's had a big last couple of games for sure, especially in that offensive look. And she's a kid that, you know, gets a lot in that transition. She's getting her hands on a lot of balls in our press, and just defensively, you know, she's kind of got a big task that we give her. You know, Dodge probably wasn't quite as much because they just don't have that guard type situation. But coming off of, you know, Liberal with Haley Contreras, and we even put her on pension against Garden. Just a kid who. Tall kid, small kid, whatever we ask her to guard, she's like, all right, I got it, and just does an extremely good job of doing that defensively. And then to see her come on offensive end has been big for us. You know, I think it's been Sadie's drawn a lot of that attention, and she's kind of stepped up and executed what we've talked about in practice of attacking those gaps and looking, you know, 1 dribble, 2 dribble pull-ups and knocking down shots. So it's been a great thing for our team, exciting for her, just to have such a strong showing these last couple games.
Kenzie Premer, she's been great, but you mentioned Sadie Spray, only 8 points that last game with Emily Hall scoring 15 and Kenzie scoring 14. Scoring was kind of handled, but Sadie grabbing 5 steals and 4 deflections. Her defensive effort was off the charts against Dodge City.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think she's one. You know, I think she came on early in that game and hit a couple big jumpers for us. And she's a kid that, you know, kind of the same thing. She wants what's best for the team, and I think she kind of understands at the end of the day it's a win. You know, it's not about how many points anyone has overall. It's what do we have to do to get the win. And so I think, you know, in that setup, they had everyone looking towards her, and I think Dodge kind of looked at it as like, we're going to make someone else beat us. And in the case, we did. You know, we finally have gotten to that point this season where I feel like when teams have done that before in the past, we've struggled to score. And so to have different kids stepping up with Emily and Kenzie, and I thought Denver Ringo even through it had a good game the other night against Dodge of when they're going to give so much attention to Sadie, then we're going to have other kids step up and do the job. And I think that's a huge thing of growth that our team has shown through the years overall. And Sadie understanding even her role of, hey, I'll take that attention, and that means someone else is getting the look. And I think that the unselfishness of this team and understanding the overall goal has led to so much success for us this season.
You mentioned Denver Ringo, a season-high 6 points for her the other night against Dodge City. It's head coach of the Great Bend Lady Panthers, Cindy Beck. Now, Coach, turn our attention to this Friday, a rematch with Hayes High, a team last time out in Hayes, you fell 44-37, but I think you guys are playing some of your best basketball in the season up to this point. What are some of your first takeaways against Hayes this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what you want as a coach. You want it to be that kids are playing their best basketball towards the end of the season. And, you know, in talking with the girls, we've been as honest as we can in the sense I think it's going to be a lot like that Liberal game. It's going to be from start to finish. Every possession is going to matter. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they're a team that comes in with that same kind of grit, just a group of girls that play hard. and it's going to take work. And I think we're capable of doing it, but we still have to go out and prove it, from that start to finish. It's a game that you got to kind of let those emotions stay focused on the task. It's always a good crowd, which is awesome to have. You can't get wrapped up, though, in all the outside noise. We have to, which I thought we did a really good job with, the first time we played them, staying focused on the game and what we can control. So I think that'll be something that's important again this Friday. I think, Garth Hayes obviously has the WAC title wrapped up, but it's an opportunity for us, to still put us in a place of where we want to be, both in WAC or even in the Acacia standings at the end of the season of postseason play and things like that. So there's still a lot on the line overall of where we want to be and what we want to do. Like you said, playing good basketball. And I think that's my overall thing to explain to the girls is I want us to come out and play hard for 4 quarters. And if we do that, we'll be in the ball game and give us an opportunity to win.
Looking at the last matchup with Hayes, Zoe Winter in that game was able to score 15 points and grab 11 rebounds. Katie Lindenberger, another force inside. What goes into the game plan now trying to negate those two gals' paint presence?
Yeah, it is. It's tough, and a lot of it came down to a lot of second chance points. I felt like, if I remember it correctly, the first half of that game, we gave up a lot of 2-foot shots, whether they were putbacks on the offensive boards or Martin kind of driving to the rim a couple times. And I remember talking at halftime of that game and said, if that's what we're going to give them, it's going to be a really hard game to win because 2-footers are a higher probability shot. And we did a better job in that second half of forcing them outside a little bit more. And so that's going to have to be a focus for us is finding ways to contain the lane and make sure that we're not giving them 2, 3, 4 looks at the basket. You just can't do that with a good team. If you're going to give them that many opportunities, it's eventually going to fall. So it's going to be important, the same type of things, the fundamentals that we've been focusing on all season. It's going to come down to those same things again tonight. And then on the offensive end, we're going to have to knock down some shots for sure.
You mentioned Molly Martin. You were actually able to hold her to relatively low scoring numbers by your standards, 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. However, on the defensive end, Martin in that last game against you guys, 9 deflections with 5 steals. What goes into guarding such a dynamic player as Molly Martin?
She's a quick player. She is quick with the ball, and defensively she gets her hands on a lot of things and just gets them in there and just loosens the ball a lot. We talk a lot about just awareness of where she's at. She can shoot it deep 3, and she's aggressive to the hole. And so, we'll have Kinsey, that same type of thing, does a nice job on her, but we can't expect her to go one-on-one with her all night long. And we have to at least clog that area, and you can't let it look wide open type situations. And then, on that other end with her defensively, we've got to be a little stronger with the ball. Going back and watching it, if we're going to attack, you can't. You got to be holding on to that thing with the knowledge of knowing a lot of hands are coming for you, trying to loosen the ball and things like that. And so I think that's an area we've gotten better at through our season, and it's gonna have to be there Friday night. And just playing strong in all assets of the game is going to be really important.
You mentioned earlier the atmospheres you've been playing in lately. We've had some incredible crowds at the Panther Fieldhouse. I expect it's going to be the same on Friday night, especially in a matchup where you guys are coming in as the 9th-ranked team in 5A, according to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. Those Hayes ladies, they're in 10th. It's going to be a big, hyped-up matchup and at the Panther Fieldhouse this Friday. Coach Beck, tell me some of your final thoughts heading in against the Indians on Friday.
I think that's an awesome atmosphere for those girls to get to play in front of. There's something that's really special about high school basketball, and to have a community that is backing us and they're supporting these kids is an awesome thing to see. It has been unreal. Looking around, at the crowds and the people that are just there and supporting these kids is really special, and something I hope that they take a moment to enjoy. Especially going into senior night, I've even talked to them a little bit of take a deep breath, and it's getting to play with the kids that you grew up with, getting to play in front of fans of people, your teachers, your, just all the different people that are there is extra special. And so I'm looking forward to Friday night. I think it'll be a great game, a good atmosphere, and hopefully we can pull the thing off on top.
You got a couple of ladies who are going to go on to play college athletics, but there really is nothing like playing in front of a community that's watched you grow up and that's been supporting you for your entire athletic career.
Absolutely. You know, I've had that conversation with a couple of them, just in the sense I said, playing college sports is its own unique factor, and it's awesome, but it's different. It's a different cool factor type thing. And I said, there's something special about those kids that have stuck with it through thick and thin. You know, you've played with them since maybe second, third grade of basketball, and you're still sitting next to them there today. And the same kids, you know, above and below and all that. It is unique, and I think it's something that's pretty cool. And we have such an amazing community, kind of that tight-knit group. I know we're not considered small town, but, you know, I feel like we do have that kind of small town feel, and I think it's something pretty cool to come back to with Great Bend and have such a wonderful support system.
That is head coach of the Great Bend Lady Panthers, Cindy Beck. Coach, excited to talk to you more about senior night and our pregame interview on Friday. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
We'll have more on Sports Day coming up right after this on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Zach Strite, commercial lender for Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. At Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Join Barton Community College in the eccentric adventure Caractacus Pots for an unforgettable adventure filled with flying cars, family fun, and laughter. Barton Theater presents Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Experience the magic of this timeless musical brought to life on stage, with multiple showings starting February 29th and running through March 3rd. Bring the whole family and let your imagination soar. For more information, visit shows.bartonccc.edu.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Horson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Going strong since 2011, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Brought to you by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Sports Day also brought to you in part by Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine. Get your life back. The Great Bend Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, your certified Cenex lubricant dealer in Great Bend, and by Marmy's, the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. Okay, Sports Day rolling on. We heard some Cindy Beck, head coach of the Great Bend Lady Panthers, going to keep the theme on girls basketball in our area, and today it is Larned Indian Day in the studio, and head coach Jared Smith has brought you. This kind of grew, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. You know, hey, Coach, would you come over to the studio and maybe bring a couple girls? And I thought, all right. So I asked them about it, and it turned into 5. I can't say no to them, I guess. You know, they get teary-eyed, and so we ended up bringing the 5 seniors today. And I've got Jaden Pinkston with me, Ariana Hempkin, Abby Holt, Akila Collins, and Kinsey Reinert. And you know, one big reason why I wanted to bring all of them over is just, you know, big kudos to them for what they've meant to the program. You know, we've had some lean years with the program, and this year we've got 8 wins. These girls, being seniors, they haven't won that many games in the 3 years prior combined. So the fact that they've continued to be part of the program, come out and work hard, speaks volumes to their character. And you know, they're tremendous leaders. They're all 5 just outstanding young ladies. You know, Akila's leading us in scoring and rebounding this year. Kinsey and Abby are 2 of the best defenders in the league. Jaden here, I asked her to bring the ball up the floor. She's been my starting point guard for 3 years now and take care of things. And then Ariana right here. You talk about role players. I think you average about 6 minutes a game. But she comes in and she spells Akila and Jaden Crosby at the end of quarters, and she works extremely hard, and she does all the little things right. So they're unselfish. They work hard. They're outstanding team leaders. They're good students. And, it's just a blessing to have them as part of the program.
I would say that you guys want your team to improve throughout the year, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so let's see. Opening game of the year. Let's go back. November 30th, 2023.
19.
Yeah. Hey, I turned 65 today, kids. So give me a break.
Do we need to sing to him?
Okay, we'll save that to the end. I can't wait for this. Okay. All right. November 30th, 2023. You ventured down to the Frog Dome. They don't have the Frog Dome anymore. They got the new place. And you came away with a 39-26 loss, correct?
That's right.
Flash forward. February 16th in Larned. Larned 51, Pratt 30. How'd that feel?
It felt real good.
Oh, that was tremendous. It was nice.
It's good to beat Pratt. It's good. It's another league win. Last year we had one league win. This year we've got three, and the years prior to that we didn't win any. And we were picked to finish dead last in league from about everybody, at the beginning of this season. So, they've just bought into what it is we're trying to do with them. And last year we lost 6 games by 6 or fewer points, and 2 of those were the first 2 games of the season. And I really felt like that if we could have won one of those or both of them, we might have started to see this thing flip a little quicker. But it took to this year, and we've got a good group of freshmen. And then to these ladies' credit, just continued to work hard. Akila, I've been trying to get her. So funny story. We're walking out of Hoisington the other night, and I don't know who the couple was, but they asked me. It was a Hoisington couple. And obviously they go to ball games, and they said, "Who is that Collins girl, an underclassman?" And I said, "No, she's a senior." And, well, we just haven't heard of her. But to her credit, she's turned it on. And my expectation was for her to play all season the way she's playing right now. And early in the year, we weren't quite doing that. Some individuals, but as a group overall. And right now we're playing. And some games the ball doesn't go in. That's what happened to us last night. We scored 9 first-half points, but we guarded extremely well.
You're down by 10.
We're down by 10 at halftime, and we come out and we play a pretty good third quarter, and then just things didn't go the way we needed them to down the stretch. But we're playing up to the expectations that I expect them to play, to compete hard and do the things to give themselves an opportunity to win.
Okay, so Jaden. Yeah, pull that mic down there a little bit. Okay. So is this your 4th year as a girls or 3rd? Okay. All right. Time flies. Okay. Yeah. All right, Jaden. So you're a freshman at the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, goofy. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you find out that mean old Coach Smith's going to coach a girls next year. No, what do you think?
I was super excited. I mean, I've known him pretty much my whole life, and I know how he is as a person. And so getting able to be coached by him was a really nice opportunity to have.
How did he help your game?
Probably boosting my confidence the most. I mean, as I was a freshman starting varsity, didn't really have a whole lot of varsity experience. I'm undersized and just not really knowing how to play the game or get my team into the offenses. So he's really boosted my confidence and showed me how I need to be a leader on the court and get everyone where they should be.
Now it's one and done, but I mean, looking back on your career and you were a very young team at the time, you guys taking your lumps. How satisfying is it to know where you're at now and look back at where you were then?
Just seeing how far we've come all together. I mean, we've grown up together, and our team chemistry has become stronger. So just looking back to see how we go from winning 2 games in a season to winning now 8 is very nice. And
you probably, hopefully, will see this Haven team again.
Yes.
Next week. Probably on a Friday or Thursday, but anyway, it depends how the bracket comes out. So you've got to look at them last night. What, in your opinion, need to do better next week when you face them, hopefully?
Well, like you said, the ball didn't go in the hole as much as we like, so really just focus and try and get that going and get our offense running. I mean, our defense is usually always pretty good, so mainly just need to come from the offensive end and just get things rolling again.
Okay, Ariana. Yeah, step up to the microphone. Okay, so you're a freshman, right? What do you think when Coach was going to be the new girls coach.
I was excited for the opportunity to get to know him as a coach and just the new ideas and the completely different feel that the team had as a whole when he came in. I mean, we saw as we were freshmen, the group of boys that were seniors as we were freshmen, and they were a very successful group. And looking at that and seeing that we were going to get their coach now and we were going to have the opportunity to become that good, I mean, I was ecstatic to learn about it and very excited.
Coach says, you get 5 or 6 minutes a game. So you start the game, you're watching what's going on. What are you looking at out there when you start the game and you're watching the starters go out there? What are you looking for so you'll be ready when you go into the game? What some of the things you're looking at?
Oh, paying attention to their different offense and how they're guarding us on defense, and oftentimes the holes that they're leaving in their defense, because as our team goes, we're a defensive team and we are excellent in our defense. And so I'm not ever worried about playing defense. I'm worried about the offensive side. So I pay a lot of attention to that and seeing what we can do and what holes we can break in their defense.
You gone to school with these girls? I mean, did somebody move in, or is this just kind of been the same gang the whole time?
We've had this whole gang since I know Akila joined us around 8th grade.
Okay.
And Kenzie shortly after, and we've been pretty tight-knit since then with all of our sports and being on the basketball team together.
Okay, Abby, you find out that Coach Smith's coming in. You get to it's easy for the ones at the end. The questions right now. Thoughts on Coach Smith when he came in?
Well, I mean, everyone views change differently, but I was definitely excited, just someone new to come in and reboost our program. It seemed like for a couple years we were in a rut there. And so just to have someone new come in, and I knew his expectations were going to be high and his standards were a lot different than what we would have had in the past or whatever. But I was mostly just excited and ready for new opportunities that were coming.
What is his pet peeve?
Oh, my gosh.
Just on the basketball court. What's
so
something
many.
that if you do, you're going to hear from Coach over there?
Wait,
You
Nick.
asked her.
Yeah.
Of course. I've got this down.
Which one do I pick? Well, if you're not hustling, then he's definitely going to get after you.
Uh-huh.
And one thing that he says all the time in practice is if he says it to one person and then he has to turn around and coach it to another,
Reiterating.
it gets him riled up pretty fast.
And we're all teenage girls, and we do quite a bit of laughing. So
yeah, the giggling. Yeah.
Does his skin tone remain the same even if he's
No,
Look at him.
yeah.
He's all red.
No, last night when we were on the bench getting our butts shooted, his face was like a big old tomato. And
That was quite an
He gets
experience.
a few shades redder.
Yeah, just a few.
What are you most excited about heading into tournament week next week, Abby?
Just the fact that this year it really seems like we have a good shot at our sub-state. The last couple of years we've been stuck with Goodland and Hugoton and just some really good teams that have good programs, so it's been not as exciting. But this year we have a chance. I think we play Russell next Tuesday, so we're going to go out there. It's a home game, which is exciting because Larned hasn't had a home sub-state game since I think our 8th grade year or something like that. So I'm excited for that.
Okay, face Haven again. What are some things that Coach Smith will be reiterating for you?
Well, definitely that we need to drive the ball more. Like he said, or I guess he said this earlier, but we got one of their main players in foul trouble, so we need to work on that again. Guard the ball on their pick and roll plays and really watch those stuff. And don't let them just openly dribble the ball up the court. Or get beat back on defense.
Hustle
All the
back.
things.
Okay, Akila, you have a list of these. I didn't know there was a list
We
here.
all have it.
Okay.
It's a shared notes. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of those?
Okay, so one thing he always says, put some mustard on it. Okay, you gotta pass the ball. Yeah. Or he says Tuesday is actually he's always talking about it. I don't know. Shoot the ball. That's another one. Or I'm spitting everywhere. He's always he'll talk to us in a huddle and just
It's just
everywhere, all over the
waterfalls.
place. Or holy smokes. Holy smokes. That's one of his favorite things to say.
Yeah.
It's
You
Yeah.
okay? What excites you about next week, Akila?
I'm really excited to play against the teams that we're going to play because I feel like we really have a chance to beat them or at least play very well if we don't. And I think it's going to be a really great opportunity for us to actually place in sub-state and have good games.
You feel like the community's kind of getting excited about this?
Oh, definitely. I think they are. Our community's always been super supportive, and I think that they're all going to really be there and pump us up and get us ready for our games.
Yeah, because the Larned game day flags will be flying
Yeah.
for a first-round game in sub-state. How exciting is that?
Very, very excited.
Okay, one more thing I want you to do. Would you go by School Board Mike Myrick's house and TP his garage? I'm just saying. Kenzie, Mike Hesher was so mad earlier this year. I can't believe when you played Haven, right? And you got punched?
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate thing that they did not catch. I felt like as though it was a dirty play, and it was so close in the game. But it was just the fact. I think what got me most upset was that they didn't catch it, and it was right there, where everybody could see it, and they just didn't call it. And
I don't think they saw it, but you know, I'm a ref. I was on their side. They were looking at the wrong place. It's kind of hard. Yeah.
Whenever the ball, she threw the ball. Their heads went towards the ball. Like it was kind of just that split second that she didn't. Yeah,
so was everything good last night?
I mean, yeah. They're still aggressive players.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we got her into foul trouble early in the game. She had 3 fouls in the first half, and she started, I mean, I don't know. It was, sorry, I'm nervous.
You're doing great.
It was just something that I would have never wanted to experience. But, yeah, we got her in foul trouble because we kept driving toward her and kept getting her those calls, which was good for us. It was an advantage to us, but we just couldn't make a bucket. So.
Is it hard to believe that this next loss, man, that's it with
Larned
across your chest for basketball. So I guess that's pretty good motivation.
That I feel like for all of us, that's what's keeping us going. Is that it's a new leaf. It's 0-0. Our record right now doesn't matter. When we go in there, we're gonna give it all we got, and whoever just comes out on top, that they'll keep going. So I think for us, the motivation is that we're gonna go out there and we're gonna want to win because we want to keep going.
Guys, it's these guys are awesome. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's going to be sad when it ends with them because for a lot of reasons what they've meant. I mean, you got to think about it. To not have a lot of success in a win-loss, winning wise, it's easy for kids to quit coming out for something.
Yeah.
And so to have 5 players of this quality continue to stick with the program through those lean years, and it makes me feel really good that they're getting to experience some wins this year. And like I said, it's, we knew that we had a really good freshman group coming in, but me being me, a little bit selfish, I'm like, if I can't coach these girls up in the 3 years that I have them to where they are my main contributors by the time we get those freshmen, then I'm going to feel bad that I haven't done my job. And so the fact that they're doing what they're doing, and there's no doubt that those freshmen have brought a lot to our team, and they've given us a lot of depth, which we're going to lose a little bit of that next year when these 5 graduate. So they mean a lot to me. And I appreciate how hard they work, and I am pretty demanding of them because I do realize how hard you have to play to be successful. And I think that's one thing that they didn't understand. Part of that comes from the fact that they hadn't won a lot. Part of it comes from the fact that as freshmen, they had to step up and play varsity when they weren't ready. It's a pretty big deal when you're asked to be a point guard as a freshman if you're not at the varsity level, if you're not quite ready for that. And I really don't think any of these ladies were ready for varsity as freshmen, but they were forced into that role. So they weren't able to have success at the C team or JV level like you would like to develop players. But they continued to play. They didn't get frustrated, and they continued to work hard, and they continued to do the things that they need to do every day to get better, and they believed in what me and my coaching staff were telling them. And so I greatly appreciate the fact that they all stuck it out.
Okay, a couple other questions real quick here, and then you guys going to sing happy birthdays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put our singing voices on.
Do any of you realize how much money Buddy Tabler and Gary Wagner spend on post-game meals that cost the radio station? You have any idea?
No.
Well, I do know that they have a schematic that shows where all of the dining establishments are, and they plan their leave times based upon,
It's
where
not
the
fast
places
food
are.
either. It's got pictures
No,
of
it's not
lobsters
fast
on it, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Pictures of lobsters.
Expensive place. Have your parents ever had John Shaver fix one of your faucets, and did it continue to leak? I'm just kidding. I'm just
I was gonna say, not to my knowledge.
Well, you're never going to get that as a sponsor of your program.
No, they're not, but that's okay. Those are my officiating colleagues. Okay.
That's right.
And you can and you can just say Webby. That'd work out better. So okay, ready?
Here we go.
Sure,
There you go. Get up here.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Webby. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Made a 65-year-old guy goes. Oh, and Abby Holt, Aaron got you a tennis ball, so we'll have you sign it here in just a
From
minute.
the doggy store.
Okay.
Be careful, there might be
By
bite
the way,
marks on that one.
congratulations, state champ. That's pretty cool. You know? Yeah.
I got 9.
Okay. That's
Ours
okay.
last
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
More Sports Day coming up right after this.
I think we could do the national anthem.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB Great Bend and 95.5 FM K238CK Hoisington.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
There's nothing like ASTEM therapy. This is Tim Marcus from Progressive Physical Therapy in Hayes. Research shows that ASTEM therapy improves muscle performance and neural functioning. It's highly effective for those dealing with tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, sports injuries, and general aches and pains.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
We get it. Life is busy. It's a constant rush from work to home to sports practice and still trying to have quality time with your family. The latest technology from Nextech Wireless can help keep you connected and organized. Right now, when you get a new phone, you can get an Apple Watch or tablet on us. Stop by a store near you and visit with one of our wireless experts today. Nextech Wireless. Home on the range.
Want to graduate a little sooner? Take online courses with Barton Online and transfer seamlessly to your university of choice without all the hassle. We have 6-week and 8-week sessions starting in February and March. Save tons of time and money and get ahead by taking courses at Barton and transferring your credits. Now enrolling for both sessions. Get started at online.bartonccc.edu.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Horson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM. Mike Corson, joined today by Panthers swim senior Casey Kennedy. State medalist Casey Kennedy, how are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
Let's talk about your story, but first a little bit of the background. Obviously a state medalist this year in the 100 fly, but 2 years ago you were part of a 200 medley relay team that broke a school record. 3-time state qualifier in the 100 fly, and you qualified in the 200 IM last year. Relay swimmer at state all 4 years. Did you feel pretty comfortable going back to Topeka this year?
Yeah, it was a good experience. It was good to go all 4 years. I knew what I was doing. It kind of fit in.
So I talked to Coach Carper all season, kept waiting for a Panther to at least get a consideration time, but a state qualifying time would have been good. Waited until the last meet of the regular season, the WAC meet at Barton Community College, but you had a reason for it. So let's go back to what some of that was. Healthy all last season, and then this summer ran into some health issues.
Yeah, I ran into a bunch of internal stomach problems this summer, and then coming into this swim season, I didn't know if I was going to be able to overcome those problems.
And don't have to share a whole lot of details, but spent some time in a hospital because of this stuff.
Yeah, I think I've spent about, probably 2.5 weeks in the hospital in total.
So, and this was in the off season, and actually over Christmas break is when you spent another week in Salina. Any doubts that you were even going to be able to swim this year?
It was always in the back of my mind, but my main part of my head was telling me to just fight through the pain. It's your senior season.
So let's talk about the different strokes. Made it in the IM. What is the IM versus the fly, which is kind of your favorite and your marquee event?
The IM is a lot more tiring than anything else because you're doing all the strokes as fast as you can. As to where the 100 butterfly, you're just doing it and you go hard the whole way through. The IM, you kind of have to pace it. It's longer.
And you found that because of your issues, certain events worked better for you and certain ones were kind of out of the question?
Yeah, backstroke was out of the question because of the kick. It was too much compression on my stomach. But butterfly, freestyle, and breaststroke, I could still do just fine.
So let's go into that WAC meet. Nobody on the team is qualified for state, but you know you have the capability if you're healthy. What was the mindset going into that just going to give it your all?
My mindset was pretty much just fight through it, feel pain, don't stop.
And what was your pain level when you did it?
After the fly, my pain level was, I'd call it an 8 out of 10.
So no celebration, or what was that like? You hit the wall, maybe you know you swam a good race, but did you even know till you popped up out of the water, and kind of what was your reaction?
My reaction was just get out of the pool.
So you've got all the pain. State swim is only a week away. Any doubts that you were going to be able to go a week later?
Not really. I mean, I'd done the pain in practice, and it goes away about 3 days, 2-3 days.
So we'll talk about that. We're talking to Great Bend High School senior Casey Kennedy, state medalist at the swim. Swim is a little bit different because you're going to go back-to-back days if you qualify. Last year, you qualified as kind of the consolation finals.
Yeah.
This year, made the top 8. So let's get to that one first. 59-15 at state last year, 59 flat at Barton Community College to qualify for state. You go in and cut almost 2 seconds off in the prelims. How'd you do that?
I think it was just because I was well rested. I'd been eating good. I wasn't sore. I wasn't tired. I hadn't swam anything before it. I didn't do a relay. I was just strong, well rested.
And so you said it takes about 3-4 days to kind of heal up, feel better. Not what's going to happen at state swim. So you swim on a Friday, getting right back in the water against the 7 best. The next day, what was your mindset into that?
My mindset was just finish. Go all out and finish.
And you swam a little bit slower on Saturday, but pretty close. Any trouble that you had in the water, or just pushing through?
No, not really. I mean, I think the only thing was my legs started to cramp up, but...
Really good swim career then, as a school record holder, all those state qualifications. Anything you look back on particularly fondly of your time as a Panther swimmer?
I think just the experience I got, all the friends I've made, all the good coaches I've had throughout the years.
Casey Kennedy, it was fun to see the times this year, and glad you got to make it to state and win a state medal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
More Sports Day after this.
Residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your central and western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmy's, make it happen.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's gonna fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hash? Hash?
Yes.
Sorry.
What?
I went long again today.
I know you did, but we'll make it work.
Hey, thanks for Jared Smith bringing those 5 seniors over. That was just a fun time. We had Casey Kennedy in a great interview there, Mike Corson. That was fun. Kind of what we envisioned this thing to be, you know? Plus fun and mayhem in between.
Got birthday song twice?
One of them is a little better than the other. I won't say which, but
I will.
Yeah, I got my Nets. Just feel so special today.
Got you a signed tennis ball?
You got a signed tennis. You bought a whole can?
It was like $2.
Okay, all right.
And now if we have any more
Aaron
state
Clark.
champs, we got it.